Hello and a warm welcome to the Federal. I'm Neelu Vyas. On February 23rd, there was a rampaging mob which stormed the Ajnala police station in Amritsar. This mob was wielding guns, swords, and this mob was led by self-proclaimed Sikh preacher Amritpal Singh, who seems to be a new phenomena in Punjab. What happened that day was that the police surrendered before Amritpal Singh, who was demanding the release of his aide, Lovepreet Tufan Singh. Lovepreet was released. The prosecutors became appellants, but leaving behind a lot of questions as to what has happened to the law and order in Punjab. Is the police going soft on such radical elements? Is Bhagwant Mann government able to handle such elements? And is Amritpal Singh an indication of a new beginning of a separatist movement in Punjab? We'll try and find out answers to all these questions. I'm joined by a special panel. I have with me former IPS officer Yashovardhan Azad. Thank you, sir, so much for joining. Ravi Srivastav, who's the Aam Aadmi Party supporter. Thank you, sir, so much for joining. And Vikas Vasudev, who's a senior journalist with The Hindu. Thank you, Vikas. Let me begin the debate with Vikas. Vikas, how do you really see this new phenomena in Punjab as far as Amritpal Singh is concerned? Can we say that he is almost like a Bhindranwale 2.0?
I won't go with that he's actually that kind of stuff that he's going to be a Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale that we are seeing into it. Because as far as I have been traveling 2 days ago, I was there in Ajnala, and I've been talking to people as well. So as far as my observation goes, definitely a position, there is some kind of anxiety among the people, right? There is a fear among the people, and I would say a section of people there is quite, but yeah, I don't see that there is any kind of revival of that 1980s or 1990s that we can see. That is definitely not going, at least that's my personal opinion that I observe with the people. But definitely concerns are there, and after this Ajnala incident, what has happened, there is it's something that is going to embolden the way the police has police is hiding on the thing that there was a Palki Sahab, a Guru Granth Sahib was there. So just to avoid the secular rage, right? All this, as the DGP said, Mr. Gaurav Yadav, that utmost restraint was observed. But the point here is that it was a complete intelligence failure. How is it possible that a protest is going? And because when we bring a Palki Sahib, and usually in this, so there is it's not just they are going to carry it. A planquin was got there. They got it, and then all the process was it was quite visible. So what was the CID or the intelligence local? They didn't even know that is that a part of the protest. So that is definitely, it's a failure. And the way, as you said, that the way they have surrendered before these people, the Amritpal and all the people who are protesting there, it definitely it's going to demoralize the police, because probably political compulsions are there and they didn't want to rake the issue. But definitely, it's been so many days now. The DGP at the press conference accepted that six police people suffered injuries. Even after that, it's been so many days, no FIR has been registered against anyone. And given the fact that Amritpal openly said that if you are going to file another fresh FIR against us, then there would be same consequences. So that's my.
But why do you think, Vikas, that the government is not able to gather the courage to arrest elements like Amritpal? Is the government really going soft on Amritpal Singh or these people who espouse for a new Khalistani movement? At least that seems so.
Yeah. See, now exactly that is something that we can't answer. That probably the Aam Aadmi Party representative would be in a better position to answer that why they are going soft, because they are taking a in this backdrop, they are saying that we are there to we don't want to get into a situation where things go out of proportion. But definitely, if you are not going to take action against, and see, one thing is very clear, that it's not just one single instance that has happened. Since the Aam Aadmi Party government came into power, you had an attack on the intelligence office at Mohali. And RPG was used at, and in fact, I was told by some former experts that even during the time of terrorism, RPG was never used in any kind of attack. And then the police came and said that the RPG is coming from across the border. But then if it is coming across the border, how did it cross so many districts and reach Mohali? There are several answers that need to be answered. And you then again, you see in Patiala, there was a clash between two communities, two different groups. And see, one was the pro-Khalistani and another was the right-wing Hindu organization. So these factors are, Sidhu Moosewala's murder was there. So there are several instances there. So yeah, why they are soft, they would be in a better position to answer that. But yes, there is an impression among the masses, among the people. I have been talking to people that yes, they are going soft. There are concerns about the law and order, the deteriorating law and order.
Right. I'll come to Mr. Azad now. Mr. Azad, the day this incident happened and we found the mob storming the police station, the senior police officer came out and said that, we did not retaliate because there was a Guru Granth Sahib which they were carrying. Now, can we absolve the police just because they have said this and they were trying to avoid a situation which could have really gone from bad to worse? Can you really absolve the police of their responsibilities? And what would you really say to this response by the police at that point of time?
First, I will not absolve the police of the responsibility, as my fellow co-panelist said, that you should have had better intelligence that Palki Sahab is being taken out on this occasion. And this is not difficult to find out. But I do find some merit in their statement that if you have Palki Sahab, it's very difficult to sort of, do any kind of a firing or a massive, counterattack on the procession. There's no doubt about it. But the way it was carried on, it appeared that the police had given in. And Punjab police is not something which really gives in. It has some finest officers. And remember, it has smashed terrorism with the help of people, of course. But KPS Gill led a heroic fight. So obviously, it is waiting, it is watching, and it looks like that the AAP government is making up its mind when to attack, because these are very incipient stages. And in the incipient stage, it's very, very important to curb this. You can't have another secessionist movement on the border when one man is openly saying things that, about Khalistan. He has been coronated in Rode village. He's speaking a lot of nonsense on various issues. So I think time has come to curb the, extravagant kind of claims this guy is making. And the more you allow him, the more he will get larger than life. And then again, the whole cycle will repeat itself. So I think it needs a lot of understanding. The intelligence agencies have to get together. The people have to get together. And whatever you want to do, you must do soon, because ultimately it looks that whenever it comes, some hard decisions will have to be taken. Very, very hard and tough decisions. Everything cannot depend on votes. And therefore, I think that if the first thing is that the case registration should be done. And as rightly said by the co-panelists, when such a mayhem has happened, if you're not registering a case, it means you have completely buckled down. They have come, they have released their hostage in a way, because next day you went to the court and allowed him to go scot-free. So a very strong signal needs to be sent by the government. And I'm sure they can do that. They have the ability to do that. Now the dithering part of the process is over, and I think they should start acting.
But Mr. Azad, do you believe that this particular episode has brought a lot of egg on Punjab police's face? Because first they registered a case against Lovepreet Tufan, and then going back to their version and saying that, look, there is no evidence. How does it project the Punjab police then? No matter how good they've been, but this particular stance which they have taken, how does it project them?
Well, absolutely. It goes without saying that it's a complete volte-face, and it's a kind of ignominy which they will bear for quite some time to come. You don't register FIR. First of all, if you know the kind of man he is, against whom you're buckling down, And if you are registering a case before, it means that the Punjab police had made up its mind to face up to the consequences. And therefore, when you arrested him, it was time that you put your full might to go through your FIR and the investigation. So what has happened is a complete volte-face, and this has certainly not enhanced the reputation. And the way the SP was speaking, it was quite obvious that, you know, that they are under quite pressure. And it needs, you see, ultimately, you need a strong chief minister. I mean, Behan Singh backed KPS Gill to the hilt and even lost his own life. So similar thing is expected from Maan, that if he gives the police the full might and at the same time carries on with his negotiations or whatever he wants to do, but adopt a very tough stance that, you know, this Amrit Prachar is all right, but the talks about Khalistan will not be again raised in the state of Punjab.
You just spoke about the Khalistan state, but my question to Mr. Ravi Srivastava is that Amritpal's video have been available all over the social media for the last few months, and where he's openly saying that Khalistan is an ideology, it cannot be considered as a taboo. And then also Amritpal is roaming around free. Why is Bhagwant Maan government so soft on elements like these? Do you want another separatist movement to start?
Nilu, first of all, the episode which happened on 23rd of February is indeed deplorable, and it's indeed a face loss for the Punjab police. But at the same time, when we come on to that Khalistan
Only Punjab
subject,
police or the Punjab government as well?
no, definitely the leadership also comes in question. It's not that. But if I have to believe a Punjab Kesari report a few days before, it has given a full statistics of the law and order situation in Punjab, where the drug episodes, the murders, the attempt to murder, the riots and all that, where everywhere Punjab has definitely improved than their predecessors. Now, Punjab government is only 11 months old, and they have inherited almost 70 gangs over there, which were developed by the BJP, SAD government, the Congress government, and the erstwhile people. Who will deny that even that Gallu Ghara happens on 6th of June till date? I mean, it's not that nobody knew that whatever is happening over there. Somebody talks about the law and order. What Mr. Deep Sidhu did in a Lal Killa, in the heart of the government, the national government, and the person goes and hoists a flag over there of Khalistan and all those things, with taking everything for granted. So let's talk less about that law and order.
But Aam Aadmi Party can very easily blame the Delhi police, but Delhi police is under the central government. But here in Punjab, the scenario is totally different. And the message which is going out, is that Bhagwant Maan cannot handle the law and order situation in Punjab.
No, it's not the case. I think he is definitely estimating the situation, and he'll definitely take the due course of action. But what you can do when that Khalistan issue is not a superficial issue in Punjab, it's quite deep-rooted. Deep-rooted in the sense, you have got a Khalistan sympathizer sitting as a member of parliament, Mr. Simranjit Singh Maan, rubbing his shoulders with Mr. Modi. So who else you can find that who is not supporting the Khalistan over there in Punjab? And then you have got it happening in Canada, you have got it happening in UK, you have got it happening in Australia, where the temples are being destroyed and attacked. And we have got that Amritpal Singh, an ordinary truck driver from Dubai, who came just few months before to fill the blank by Deep Sidhu. And he is trying, exactly, you rightly use the word, which I appreciate, that 2.0 Bhindranwale. Bhindranwale also took the shelter in that golden temple all the time, taking the umbrage of the pious place. And the same thing.
What I'm not able to understand, what's stopping Bhagwant Maan government from arresting an element like Amritpal Singh?
Exactly, that's the question, and I don't have any defense to that. There is no doubt about it that a FIR at least should have been filed. What they did was they formed an SIT. I do not know how much SIT has proceeded and what all inquiries it has done. but an SIT was constituted the very day when that incident happened. Although they released that Lovepreet Tufan immediately on the next day, which is all the panelists have said is a buckling down under the pressure. But I think this Amritpal Singh has to be handled the soonest possible, because else he is going to definitely get it.
Mr. Ravi Srivastava, who is going to handle? Are you waiting for the center to handle him, or Bhagwant Man's government will handle him?
Here you allow me to add a bit more. Why? The central government also is equally responsible.
How?
Because it was NIA.
How is central government responsible?
I'll tell you.
Answer.
See, this is the Khalistan is a global problem. It's not a Punjab alone problem. It is happening everywhere. You know, you don't have to use your diplomacy. It's on a border state. Ajnala is just 10 kilometers from the Pakistan border. Pakistan can take advantage of this situation anytime. He is capable. They are capable of it. So I think it is.
You have the freedom to blame the central government. You have the freedom to blame the central government that it's a border state, center is not doing enough. But what about the action taken by the state government? State government is powerful enough. Here you have a full state. If the state is not like Delhi, the law and order is under your belt. Why can't you take action? Registering an FIR against Amritpal Singh, how difficult is that?
Definitely, that should happen, and that should happen the soonest possible. But still, I am on my point.
You're actually not answering my question.
There should be a hand holding by the center as well, because the NIA, the CBI, all those central agencies must work in tandem. I think that Punjab government should also be, it should be a joint effort to curb this kind of incident. It should not be left alone to the state.
Okay, let me come to Mr. Azad. Mr. Ravi Srivastava is talking about a hand holding. Mr. Azad, if you could explain, maybe I'm not able to comprehend what kind of hand holding he's hinting at. What is the kind of hand holding which Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab really is looking for?
Well, I can say this much, that Mr. Srivastava is right to that extent that for fighting any kind of terrorist activity, you need center and state to cooperate. But, in this particular case, this is in incipient stages, as I said. Amritpal Singh is unnecessarily acquiring a larger-than-life image. And as Mr. Srivastava rightly said, he was a truck driver. He came from there. All right, if you want to preach your Sikh religion, there's no problem with that. But you can't go beyond that. The other point I want to make, Neeluji, is that Indian democracy is mighty strong. I mean, a few jokers here and there in Canada and they're shouting Khalistan, it really doesn't make a difference. But in our states, we are not going to allow anybody to raise the Khalistan flag or banner. And to that respect, the state law and order has to be firmly handled by Mr. Maan. And he can handle it. I agree with some of the things that there have been some good things also done. But this is a dangerous thing which should be controlled right now. And this is the time.
Right. But Mr. Azad, your experience is long enough to suggest a lot of things. What is your feeling? Is Amritpal Singh being corroborated or supplemented or supported by some international force or some force within the country? What is your feeling? With the kind of assertion he makes of his religious identity, this is really not normal, the way he asserts himself.
Well, he's an excellent prey for, foreign state actors, non-state actors, for any kind of a funding, for any kind of help. Yes, of course. And if he gets in touch with our friendly neighbors across, he'll get all the support he wants. But the question is that, our security agencies are pretty strong. Our network is pretty strong. Yes, Punjab border is very, very fragile because, the drones and the supplies of weapons and, drugs, etc. are coming that side. That is why we should secure our fences very well. And of course, these are the people, if they are open to taking any kind of international help, of course they will get. There's no doubt about it. It happens everywhere, all across the world. But what I'm saying, it is within the state might to curb these things right in the beginning, and it's about time that Mr. Maan should do it.
Right. Because what do you feel? From where is Amritpal's confidence coming really? What is the source? Nobody's able to comprehend. And the kind of organization he's leading right now, Waris De Punjab, Deep Sidhu's family says that, we never allowed him to take over this organization. He did it on his own. There are lots of revelations on that. But why is the Punjab police or the Punjab government not curious to know all this?
See, maybe we are not sure. Maybe the government would definitely be in the line, as Mr. Azhar said, that we should not like after all this succumbing to this. After all, Punjab police has means a past. They have a very good record, so they must be into it, looking after it. Recently, when I interviewed him, it was maybe 2 months back. I definitely feel that the way he asserts, as you yourself mentioned just now, that it gave me make my this is my personal like observation, that he is a trained person at the age of 29. Usually you won't see a person with such kind of clarity in his mind, that he is too clear to be on this at this age. I would in particular, but that was my observation. To each and every question, he was very specific, very clear that yeah, we need on this. He very clearly and openly, as you said, even in social media, all those things are going on. To me, on record, he said that nothing in this world, nothing across globe could be achieved without violence. This was his words, right? Apart from this, is one point, although Mr. Shrivastava has already accepted that, yeah, the government needs to do something very immediately in this context. I give you a small example. The way he has attired himself in Bhindranwale 2.0 that you mentioned, Punjab government recently, they have banned glorification of weapons, right? But even after that, in fact, I remember when this ban was imposed a few months ago, 2-3 months ago, even there was a picture of a small 8-year kid on a Facebook, and police registered an FIR against him, although it was withdrawn the very next day when all hue and cry started. Now, you have all these people across this chap, Amritpal, and all the people guarding him and along with him, with so many of weapons, and this is absolutely glorification of weapons. So what is stopping Punjab police to register an FIR? The simple question that Mr. Azad has been saying, or even Mr. Shrivastava is accepting. So that is the problem, that it eventually it comes to Mr. Bhagwant Mann. He is the Home Minister of the Chief Minister as well as the Home Minister of the state. He will have to take a call on this. When we have these kind of fringe elements, and if they are given a space to become larger than life, then obviously situation could go out of the hand beyond that, especially.
Yeah. Mr. Ravi Srivastava, so am I to assume that there is no political will on the part of the Bhagwant Mann government to really register an FIR or go hammer and tongs? But we have seen incidents in the past where Punjab police came over all the way to Delhi. Then we have seen Assam police coming and arresting Pawan Khera. So there's no dearth of political will if you really want it. But in case of Amritpal Singh, I don't know where the things are.
I hope you have seen Tejinder Pal Singh Bagga case also, when Punjab police came all the way to Delhi, arrested him.
That's exactly what I meant.
He was released in the Haryana. As far as Bhagwant Mann and Arvind Kejriwal are concerned, the Bharatiya Janata Party has been blaming right for the last 2 or 3 years before the elections that they are in the cahoots with the sympathizers of the Khalistan and all, which they have strongly refuted. But the fact is that this is kind of a perception created by the BJP SAD that the Mann government is soft on these kind of things. But I don't think so. They are working, and they must be having some strategy.
But where are they working? At least register the preliminary FIR. That's the basic thing. Why are you not doing it? You are giving all sorts of clarifications, but you're not able to answer as to why the FIR is not being registered, why a case is not being made against Amritpal. How difficult is that? If you really have a political will.
I think it will definitely happen, and it will happen for sure. He will overcome this problem. There is no doubt about it.
Okay, so right now, government is waiting for that political opportunity to register an FIR.
Right now, you see that Aam Aadmi Party is under all kind of turmoil. that two ministers have already resigned, that, Bhagwant Mann was with Kejriwal meeting the Uddhav Thackeray at Maharashtra. All kind of things are happening in the party. But
No,
I
but
think
things keep happening in
Mann,
politics. Politics is never a dull day. And as far
no,
as Amritpal is concerned, his videos are available for the last so many months. Everybody has been seeing
yes,
that. So
yes,
how can
and
you
is
excuse yourself by saying that so many things are happening? Manish Sisodia has resigned,
one
Satyendra Jain has resigned, but that's not an excuse. Can
no
you
one
let
more
your state Punjab go in the hands of these fundamentalist and radical elements?
one more thing is happening, that everybody is not supporting Amritpal Singh in Punjab as well. You must have seen the statements, I think, from
What about
SGPC.
Bhagwant Mann? Is he
No, no,
supporting or he's not supporting?
no, not at all. He has said right in the beginning that he is definitely going to finish up this problem once and for all. He is not supporting. Kejriwal is not
He's
supporting.
not supporting, but he's not ready to arrest him either.
Aam Aadmi Party will definitely work on it, and he will definitely see to it that this is nipped even in the bud itself. That evil.
I
Yes,
hope
he
I
will
hope
do
it happens. But Mr. Azad, what I want to ask you is really that the ground is quite ripe when you look at the social fabric of Punjab. There's so much of unemployment, drugs problem is rampant. It's a border state. All these antisocial elements cross over. Uh, do you really see the beginning of a dangerous pattern? I'm not saying it has emerged, but it could be in the making. And what can the center and the government do at this point of time, the state government?
Well, Vikas would agree with me when I say that there is a kind of a vacuum in Punjab. And that vacuum is across the political, socio-economic, and the social fault lines. What is happening today is that Punjab needs somebody very strong to address the drug problem, somebody to take care of the farmers' unrest. Farmers' unrest means there is a lot of things to be done in the agrarian area. Can somebody convince them? What should we do about parali burning? Can somebody convince them that this kind of cultivation is drawing a lot of water? So across the board, you need a leader who's sagacious, who's strong, and who can explain things and connect with the people. Now, in an atmosphere like this, you see why the Deras are also flourishing in Punjab. There's a reason, and so this has to be looked into a very holistic manner. The social fabric, the economic content, the militancy angle, and therefore now is the time for Mann to act really like a chief minister, really like a sagacious leader, to take care of things like Amritpal Singh. And he can tell him directly, listen, you can talk to anybody. As long as you raise the Khalistan flag, as long as you flaunt your weapons, you will not be allowed. As far as your Amrit Prachar goes, please go ahead. We don't have an issue. This is what we need in Punjab. Punjab is a border state. Punjab is a frontline state. Punjab has given some of the best in everything. And it is time we revive that old era. We can't just let it slip into, any ordinary kind of, government functioning. And I hope they appreciate and do that soon.
Absolutely. So that brings me to the last question, because that this leadership crisis, which we see at all levels, whether it is police, whether it is the government, and this blame game has already begun, where Ravi Srivastava is saying that we need a lot of hand-holding from the center doesn't approach them. Who's going to blink first? Whether it is going to be Aam Aadmi Party who's going to be asking for help, or center will take care of the things through NIA or whatever. Why do you think that Bhagwant Mann doesn't look like a person who is on the driver's seat when it comes to these issues in Punjab? His mind is absolutely somewhere else, which is very clear from the things which are happening politically.
See, now for this, there have been several instances since the government formation took in Punjab. Opposition has been accusing, there have been accusation from several quarters that Punjab is being run from Delhi. So I'm not personally, I'm not against it. Okay, if you have good persons in Delhi, why not? You can get that model adopted here. But the problem is, I give you a small example of like the Mohalla clinics. I'm just giving an example or citing it. So now what has happened is that you may have a successful model in Delhi, which is claimed. I'm not sure about that. But Punjab, over the years, had developed a robust healthcare system in Punjab. No one can deny it. I recently went to some villages in Punjab. Those I give you one example. Like it was in Rupal Hedi, there is a village, and you had a subsidiary health center. It was established in 1974, right?
Mm.
And since then, there had a qualified MBBS doctor over there and one and two staff, the other staff people. Now, recently, when this 400 ARP clinics were opened, that doctor was transferred to the ARP clinic. That is around 6-7 kilometers away. Now the question is that already existing stuff, right? That is available, and now in the same in the same dispensary, you have a Ayurvedic doctor or some nurse under the community, that is basically a community health officer who is
Yeah.
prescribing the medicines. Now the point here is, don't you think that the rural people, they need the similar kind of healthcare system as it should be in the urban, or you are discriminating on it? My point over here is that you cannot imply just blindly you can take a Delhi model and just apply it.
Right.
If you are doing it, please go ahead, but please see the limitation. Only 2-3 days ago, there was an advertisement in
You
the
mean to
news.
say that the Delhi model is actually not working in Punjab and
Exactly.
Bhagwant Mann
And
government is not paying heed to it?
exactly. The problem is probably what I have got to know from my sources as well, that there things are not going very, very good within the party itself on several issues. Probably Mr. Bhagwant Mann, I can vouch for it, but sources said that he was not very happy with this, the Delhi model being blindly imposed in Punjab. There has been some confrontation, but yeah, these things are in the political circles that you come to hear, so you never know how the truth is. But yeah, that is the thing that actually you come that probably corroborates the fact that the situation, the way things are being handled in Punjab, they are not very, they are probably not going in the right direction as of now.
Absolutely. And at the end of this discussion, I think we can certainly say that Punjab is staring at a crisis which can snowball into a situation which might go out of hand. But the larger question is, can the center and the state government come together on this, prevent the crisis from snowballing? I leave you with these questions, and we'll wait for the viewers to send their feedback. And what appeal to the viewers who are watching this panel discussion, subscribe to our channel, send us your feedback, and stay tuned to the Federal. Thank you so much, Mr. Azad, Ravi Srivastav, Vikas. It was wonderful having all of you on the program. Thank you.